Wade in the water, wade in the water, wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water.
Khalia Campbell is a member of Ailey 2, which is starting their season on March 14th and it'll run through the 25th. And Khalia, it's a pleasure talking to you.
You too.
I've known you your whole career.
Yes,
you know, since you must have been like 10 or 11 when I met you. And up on the Uptown Dance Academy.
Third
Avenue?
Yes,
Yes.
under the direction of Robin Williams.
Yes, on 3rd Avenue, 122nd Street.
Yep.
Greater East Hall.
Yes.
Yes. We spoke about this earlier, but I've always been impressed with you. And I've asked artists this and I've gotten different answers, but I know I'm going to get the right one from you. You take what you do very seriously, but there's a way that you don't take yourself seriously in the whole thing.
Yes.
And that's always been the person you've been
Right.
since I've known you.
Right. I think the reason for that is because I know that yes, I do take dance seriously. Yes, I'm really disciplined when it comes to like professionalism, but it's also a gift from God. And when it's a gift from God, it's always a joyful thing to showcase that to people or to showcase that in front of my friends or my peers. So it's really never that serious because it's just dance. You're just having fun, and it's always, the saying of there's nothing to prove and everything to share. And I think recently I've just started to get the gist of that. There's nothing to prove and everything to share. So yes, like I said, dance, it's serious. You want to take it seriously, you want to be disciplined, but at the end of the day, you're just sharing. So it should be fun. So.
How'd you get so wise? Since I know you've been an old lady. You could have gotten your Social Security when you were 11.
Right. I think it's because my mom raised me too, but my grandmother, because of my father's passing when I was a year old, I was raised by my grandmother also. She took, that role, and that was her only child, so she really, really, really took me under her wing. And I think because I grew up around my grandmother, I have some of that, but I feel like I've always been an old soul. Like everybody's told me since 4, I've always been this old soul. I've lived life twice. Not sure for that, but I know some of the most of the reason why I am the way I am is because of my grandmother.
Well, I've met your grandmother, and I have to say it's the sweetest lady.
Yes.
But don't you mess with her granddaughter.
Do not mess with Ida Mae Campbell. That is her full name. She's when it comes to me, like I said, because of the passage, she's very as any grandmother is with their grandchild. So she's very protective of me, but that is.
But always I'm gonna put it like this, so always in a positive way.
Yeah.
Because when I first met you as a little girl, you were at this dance studio, and of course, parents, dance studios are set up, dance schools are set up where parents give a certain amount of time,
Mm-hmm.
and they come to meetings and they listen to the director pontificate and talk about, and your grandmother was always there.
Always.
Yeah.
It was her duty to always be there to make sure that I'm okay. Because when you're away, a lot of teachers can persuade or some things can happen when the parent is not there. So she always made sure that she was present to make sure that I was okay, that everything was in my best interest, So I think that's why she was always present. And my mom also was there. She was a working parent, but when she was there also. So I think that's why. Yeah.
Now, you're a Bronx native.
Yep.
Well, so much. So we're the
Yes.
What train are you? The 4, the 5, or the?
I am the 2 because I grew up around Southern. So here's the thing. I kind of moved around in the Bronx. I was in the projects. I don't know the name of it because I was so small, but it was by the Grand Concourse. I currently live on the Grand Concourse where my grandmother lives, but she's been living there for like 40 years. But I grew up around Southern Boulevard, Cortona Park East. Take the 2 and you go Freeman Street, and then you walk up the hill, and then 1464 Vice Avenue is where I reside, and around around that part. So you could say the 2 or the 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like I said, now is the D or the 4. Yeah.
But people, I don't think people. The Bronx always gets a bad rap.
Yeah.
They don't realize it's,
Yeah.
it's all just neighborhoods. People know each other and they look out for each other. And,
Yeah.
So when after, I know you studied at the Uptown Dance Academy,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there, I knew you when you were leaving Uptown
Mm-hmm.
and going up to dance theater, trying
Mhm.
to taking classes.
Yeah, before I left Uptown Dance Academy, I went to LaGuardia High School. I think that was my transition into officially leaving Uptown Dance Academy. I knew in my heart that I needed more. I needed to grow more. I needed to have more knowledge about the dance world. So I feel like it was best to, spread my wings and fly and, get more training than what I was getting in Uptown Dance Academy. So I transitioned from Uptown Dance Academy to LaGuardia High School. And then when I graduated, I went to Dance Theater Harlem. And a big factor in my life was William Isaac. He was the one saying, he choreographed the piece on my senior class. And it's a funny story because I got injured. I tore my meniscus senior year, and I didn't know if I was going to perform. And he, I already auditioned for him. I already got picked for the piece. And he said to me, I don't think you might not be able to do it. I was like, I'm dancing. And from there, we had this connection, and he took me under his wing, and it was all she wrote. So he's really been the guidance for me. And I think he was like, to solidify your technique, go to Dance Theater Harlem. And
Well, wasn't
he? He danced everywhere, but he was a member of Dance Theater Harlem.
And I remember seeing him with Armitage.
Yes, he was a primary factor in that company, a big, huge role in Armitage. So
you were with good company.
yeah, very good company. My transition into Ailey, like I went to DTH, I always wanted to be an Ailey dancer because I've seen people on stage just like me, and I was always told, oh, Minnie Judy. I've always heard Judith Jamison. So because I was small, I didn't have the knowledge of who everybody was. I just saw these beautiful black dancers on stage or on television or whatever. So I was like, because I didn't have the knowledge, I was just like, I need to do that. That's what I need to do. So I've always had in the back of my mind that I was always going to be an Ailey dancer. And people always told me, you look like an Ailey dancer, whatever that, means to you. But I've always been told Ailey, and it's always been, in my mind. People always ran that in my mind. So I've seen it, and I'm like, wow, they're beautiful. So the reason I went to DTH too, because I was like, in order for me to go to Ailey, my technique has to be on point. I need to, like I said, solidify this technique before I go to Ailey 2 or the first company. I need to get that grounded foundation. And that's why I went to DTH. And then when I finally got that, I was like, let's go. And
Now, when you were at DTH, Andrea Long seemed to take you under her wing.
Yes, Andrea Long. She's a firecracker. Because she saw a black young girl from the Bronx. She's from Philadelphia. With all this talent, I think she made it her duty to take me under her wing and to train me as fiercely and hard as she did. She was no joke, but I thank God for her because, like I said, not all of the information in the gyms she instilled in me are still like inside of me today. Like if I'm taking at bar, if I'm taking center, her voice to this day is in my head. So she is a big factor when it comes to my ballet technique also.
We used to talk in the mornings, and you were usually one of her topics of conversation.
Yeah, we had a really good relationship, and she, like I said, she would drop gems and jewels on me to further my career and whatever I wanted to do. But
so now you're in Ailey 2.
yes, I am in Ailey too.
And for me, this is a perfect environment for you.
Yes.
I mean, I know it's part dream come true, but it is a perfect environment because of the way you work.
Yeah.
And I've talked to other people about this who work with you, and they only have the highest regard for you. They talk about how high your work ethic is, how you really are always testing you. It's never about a challenge with anybody else. It's always how the movement has to move through you.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the reason why people might have high regards for me, or like my work ethic is so good, is because I want to be the greatest version of myself, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally. I feel like dance is healing, and when I dance, yes, I want to be a healing aid for other people, but it's also healing for me. So digging deep into the work and working hard, and it's an escape from the outside world. So I think that's why I work so hard, is because I'm trying to escape and heal myself from all the madness that's going on. So, and like I said, I want to be the greatest version of myself. Like, God gave me this gift, and I want to perfect it. There's no such thing as perfect, but you know what I mean by that.
You're always working to another level.
To a better version of myself.
The Ailey season is coming up.
Yes.
And it's coming up on March 14th, and it's going through the 25th.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be right here at the
Citigroup Theater.
Mm-hmm. And which is great. I mean, you can't ask any better. This is a state-of-the-art theater in an intimate setting. Great for everyone too.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I think I'm so excited because it's at home. It's an intimate setting, like you said, and another reason why is because it's my second season, and I'll be transitioning into whatever the universe or God has for me. The reason why I'm so excited because we have 3 dynamic pieces that are going to be in the rep, and one of the pieces, Darrell Graham Mochery, his piece is a high energetic piece, number one, and it's about giving back and honoring your mentors. And it's so ironic because he's one of my mentors. So dancing that piece is so it's like, I don't know the word to describe it, because my mentor choreographed this piece, and the piece is about honoring and giving back to the people that have, given to you. And it's just an honor and a complete pleasure just to dance that piece. Well, all of the pieces, but especially that one, because that's one of my mentors. So
it has a special meaning.
It's a special meaning to me. Yeah, it's very special to me. So, yeah.
So I'm not going to keep you any longer. You fought the MTA to come here this morning.
I sure did.
This is the early in the morning. We're giving you have a full day of rehearsals, and I'm sure in class. So again, Khalia, I want to thank you for taking the time out.
Thank you for having me.
Always, my dear.
Yes.
Folks, this is just the beginning. I'm so fortunate we got to do this early in her career, because all you're going to see is great things from this young artist.
Yes.
Thank you again.
Thank you.